of our segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you too, and welcome to today. Today is Wednesday. Is it? Got you good, right? Today is Thursday, as a matter of fact. Thursday, the 11th of September, 2025. I'm Pearson Boeing, welcoming you wherever you are. Welcome to a brand new day. But most of all, welcome to Morning Barbados. Thank you so very much for waking up to making us your first choice, your first turn to, after your Bible, after your prayers and everything else. We are thankful for you doing so indeed. And so, if you're watching on our Facebook, YouTube, or website streams, to all of you, good morning. Share the show, share the love, tell others about us, bring them along to engage with, and also to learn from what we do. So I'm thankful to you for doing so, because I see that you do so. Thank you for being obedient. And of course, if you know of something or someone whose story we have to talk about, I'd love for you to tell us about it. Tell us about it by sending us an email. That email address is on your screen. It is morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And again, to you, thank you. Thank you so much so that you've been sending us photographs as well. But before I get to those in a moment, I also want to say thank you to Ben. Ben sent a card of thanks to us at Mornin Barbados as well. Well, you remember the young man who came on to the show last week who said, I just want a break. I just want a break. Well, he's received several breaks. And so Ben took the time, like that little boy in the Bible who came back and said, thank you. One of the lepers who came back to just say thank you. And so here it is. He says, I just want to say thank you for making my interview comfortable and not hard. And so he wants God to continue to bless us indeed. To you, Ben, we wish the very same to you. Thank you for reaching back to send us the card. We really, really appreciate it. The whole crew is grateful to you for being so thoughtful. So if you know Ben, Ben is a young man who pushes out carts of grocery and so forth, really enterprising. But in doing so, he talks about God. Isn't that fantastic to see the young man doing all of that? And so he's been able to minister in the way that he does. He said, Pierce, I'm not a Christian. I say, you don't have to be called a Christian. It's okay, because God uses us in so many different ways. And so you are being used by God. All I ask of you is to be obedient to the call. And so that's what he's been doing. And so your lives have been impacted. Ben, you've impacted our lives. So continue doing well what you do. Well done, thou good and faithful servant indeed. Now to the pictures. I've been asking you to send us pictures of those little ones as they headed back to school in their brand new school uniforms. And you have been flooding us with your pictures. I am so excited to share with you some more of the beautiful little faces of the beautiful little people of Barbados who are heading out to school. But if you have more, send more. Send it to that email address on your screen. Remember, send your pictures to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. You don't have to be picture perfect. Take a picture. Send us a child. Tell us the child's name and the school which the child attends. And we are excited to share God's little sunflowers with the rest of the world. And so, what do we have today? Who do we have today? Let's see if we can share that with you now to get a snapshot of some of those beautiful little ones heading to school, like Jahari Prescott. Jahari Prescott is going to St. Leonard's Boys. Jahari, you're going to a really, really good school. Jahari Prescott, it is your responsibility to learn, to control yourself, and to be your best self. Jahari Prescott, congratulations. You've done well so far, and much more is expected of you, Jahari. Jahari Prescott going to St. Leonard's Boys School. Look at him, eager to head to school. Chriselle Agar Jasper is going to Christchurch Foundation School. You're going to skirt and bodice. As we say in Barbados, congratulations to you, Chriselle. And so we look forward to more great things happening to you as well. You know, yesterday I went to your school, because my godson goes to your school as well, to pick him up from school yesterday. And I thought, oh boy, look at this flood of children, everybody looking the same, everyone the same size. So it was a bit of a challenge to identify, but then I saw him. It was like, wow, there is Christopher in the sea of people at Christchurch Foundation School. Chriselle Agar Jasper, congratulations to you. Have a beautiful day. You're looking like your mommy. You're doing well. You're growing well indeed. So have a lovely day today at school as you head off to the Christchurch Foundation. Zane Bishop is heading to All Saints Primary School. Zane, look at you, looking so sassy. You love to pose for pictures, don't you, Zane? Oh boy, I can tell. And so to you, Zane Bishop, we want to wish you a beautiful, beautiful today as you head off to school. Indeed, don't eat your lunch as soon as you get to school. Wait until lunchtime. But I know you'll be making wonderful friends and you'll be having a good time at school. Your teachers love you, your parents love you. Everyone loves you, but you know what? God loves you too. So Zane, and all of you are beautiful children of the world. You know, we want you to remember that one fact. It keeps you grounded. It puts your head space in the right place. And so just remember, God loves you. God cares enough about you to have the best for you. So just get out there and be your best selves. Coming up this morning, we'll be talking to the Anglican Church as they embark on the season of creation. I know you ask, what's that about? We'll find out about that as well. And you know as well, this coming weekend is Caribbean Wellness Day. There is an activity which the Anglican Church is engaged with. They'll tell us about it in just a moment. Her first publication was called Barbed Wire and Roses. And with all the barbed wires in the world, nothing could stop her from writing. Elizabeth Best will join us this morning as we explore what else she's writing today. She'll talk to us in a bit about that as well. In November, you can expect to be among the Rhythms on the Hill. There's an organization putting on an event then. They'll tell us this morning about it, ahead of it, so that you can get yourselves ready to be on the Hill in November to enjoy the Rhythms on the Hill. We'll continue also today to share you what's happening in St. James as we continue to gather in St. James for a regathering in September under the theme cricket. What's happening this weekend? They'll talk to us about that. And the deadline is fast approaching from the Frank Collymore Literary Endowment Competition. Details in a moment. Angela Coulter, good morning to you, Angela. Thank you so much for watching from Boston, Massachusetts. Have yourself a terrific today, Angela. Patricia Ben, you're always there overseas in the United States. Pat, good morning. Have a beautiful morning as well. She's saying good morning to the crew. I echo it for you. Slender Glenda, good morning to you, Slender Glenda. She's wishing all of you today a beautiful day, and she says, let's not forget September the 11th. I remember it well. Don't even remind me. 2001, not 2011. 2001 is when it all happened. Anthony Smith is watching from the 718. So he says good morning to the 246. 246 back to 718. This sounds like something happening in the atmosphere somewhere. But to you, Anthony Smith, have a beautiful today. You're always there, and we thank you for sharing the show. Marcia Raw, how are you doing today? Have a thankful Thursday as well, and awesome today to you too. Have a beautiful morning as you head out to do what you have to do. Thank you for joining the show. Roosevelt Bacco Corbin is watching a Bajan in New York, and so to the Bajan in New York, he gives God thanks, of course. And so, of course, we give you thanks as well, Roosevelt, for joining us here on Morning Barbados, as always on the stream. Isolene Evans, where art thou? Where are you writing from? Isolene Evans, tell us, please. She says, good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday to all. All say happy Thursday to you as well. Isolene, just tell us where you're watching from, because Evans is not a familiar last name in Barbados. So I'd just love to know where you're watching from. It's good to have you company as well. Speaking of the Anglican Church, let's turn our attention now to this season of change, this season of creation, and talk to them about that. We're joined by Canon Dr. John Rogers.
Thank you.
All the rest of it I always get wrong in order, but it's good to have you, sir.
Good morning, and good morning, Barbados.
And indeed, and of course, our very familiar face, Dr. Lord.
Morning.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm well.
Good. Canon Rogers want to hear, what is this season of creation?
Okay, the season of creation is a new season that has been carved out in the liturgical year. It had its origins in 1989 when Patriarch Demetrius of the Orthodox Church declared September 1st as a day of prayer for creation because he was concerned about what humanity was doing to the environment. And so he is known as the Green Patriarch. The Roman Catholic, Anglican, Lutheran, and other denominations then picked it up, and it morphed from a day of prayer for creation to a whole season of creation, which runs from September 1st, which is designated Creation Day, down to October 4th, which is the feast of St. Francis of Assisi, who is the patron saint of ecology. And so during this time, over the years, the season has developed, and we use it to focus on various aspects of the creation. And every year it is given a theme. The theme for this year is Peace with Creation, which seeks to make the point that humanity has waged a war against creation, and it is our duty to reconcile and renew and replenish the earth. And so we've embarked on that. Last year, in 2024, the Diocese of Barbados passed a resolution to celebrate the season of creation and to observe it. And so we're doing that for the first time this year as a diocese.
It's so interesting because God planted us in the garden, and he says, be fruitful and multiply, tend to it, take care of it, and we become disobedient as a people. And so this season of creation seeks to reorient ourselves back to what is truly expected of us.
And what is expected of us, and to remind us that we are nothing apart from the creation, because we are part of the creation. And embedded in that same story of creation that you would have referenced just now, God said, remember you are dust, that you are a derivative of the creation, and therefore your survival is dependent upon it and how you care for it. And so that is what we're trying to get people to focus on during this season.
A lot of times we've read the Bible and we've never applied the Bible.
Yes.
Because we thought it was an academic process. I now know it, so therefore no one can say I didn't know. And yes, no one can say you didn't know. But at the same time, we're called to action.
Yes.
And so this season of creation, the church is saying, let's now not just talk the talk, let's act on what we know. And in acting on what we know, there's a level of sensitivity. But I want you to break it down.
Okay.
For us in terms of how do you ask people generally to really apply themselves to what is required in this season of creation?
Okay, we've done various things. First of all, with the blessing of His Lordship, the Bishop, we have decided that this season of creation, though the major theme is peace with creation, we'll approach it in a more granular way so that each Sunday will have a specific theme. And so the first Sunday, which would have been September 7th, was Ocean Sunday, where we sought to remind people of the importance of the ocean and caring for the ocean. And then the second Sunday was Flora and Fauna Sunday, when we talk about the animals and the plants and the necessity to care for those things. The third Sunday will be Storm Sunday, when we talk about storms and what they do and humanity's impact on, for example, the danger that is posed to us in the threat of storms and what we have caused to cause that. And also, the fourth Sunday is Cosmos Sunday, something we don't usually think about, but the celestial bodies and so on, and how they impact our own lives here on earth. So what we've done is that under the Church Missions Committee, which I chair as Canon Missioner, there are 8 commissions, and I've divided them into 3 missional areas based on the traffic signs, red, amber, and green. The red area, of course, speaks to the dangers, the imminent danger. And under that area, the Family Life Commission, the Social Justice and Responsibility Commission, as well as the Evangelism Commission, are focusing on the war waged on humanity and the crime levels in our country and the distress it causes to family and community and the general unity of the community. And so they'll be preparing podcasts based on that particular area to sensitize the community. And then the amber area, under which the Health and Wellness Commission, which is chaired by Dr. Lord, falls. There's the Health and Wellness Commission, the Stewardship Commission, and the Liturgical and Spirituality Commission. And it's amber because they're there to caution people of how our actions can impact various areas of the creation. And so, for example, on Ocean Sunday, there was a beautiful piece prepared by one of our young people, Miss Angelica Catlin from St. Anne's Church, who works at the Coastal Zone Management Unit. And she spoke to the dangers of plastics and litter and so on getting into the sea and what it does to marine life and eventually to human life. And so that's the area of caution. And then there's the Green Mission, which encompasses the Youth Commission, the Christian Formation Commission, and again overlaps with the Liturgical and Spirituality Commission. And that is the area where we're trying to build from the bottom now to sensitize our young people. So a special curriculum has been created for the Sunday school for this season so that our young people can be sensitized to their role in caring for the creation, and also to look at aspects of the creation that they may not have known. For example, on Ocean Sunday, one of the things that would have been focused on is the fact that, do you know that Barbados is not just 166 square miles?
You're asking me or you're asking?
Well, I'm not.
You know,
it's part of the thing.
You know, I know.
Right. So the
Yes.
actual size of Barbados is over 70,000 square miles, which is larger than over 10 states in the 10 landlocked states in the United States. And therefore, getting them sensitized to this reality so that, because they're the ones who are going to have the greatest impact on the, life being as it is, on the environment. And so sensitizing them early so that they will make the steps necessary not to litter, not to do these things, care for animals, care for plants, so that we can build a more peaceful and cohesive society.
I think when I dwell for just a moment on God's creation,
yes,
and what He has supplied us with, the waters around us that contains food as well. And if we don't care for that food the way we care for the land food, we will also starve.
Precisely.
And it's to have that degree of sensitivity in this month of creation, this whole season of creation, to stop for just a moment to look at our own actions and how our own actions deprive us of the very things that God wants for us to have. And so we have to, again, I'll use the word obedient one more time. We have to be obedient to that call. And so the mission, I suppose, from the pulpit, the mission through the podcasts, the mission through the work in the Sunday school, the mission through the work in the wellness committee, all of those tie in to us looking at our own selves and placing our own selves in the center of that creation as well, as good stewards.
As good stewards, and as I said, as integral parts of the creation, because our very survival is dependent upon it, you know. And, you know, I've always said that as human beings living in this time, we are so caught up with ourselves and caught up in this mode of we must do this and we must do that, and not thinking of the generations to come, because we may be committing genocide by our actions on our own great-grandchildren and their children by providing a world for them that cannot sustain them.
Again, bad behavior on the part of humans. And because again, I reflect on the moments of Abraham and those other elders of the church who have been constantly sharing the message for generations to come. They understood the generational wealth concept, and yet still now we've become so short-lived in our own memory that we've forgotten that part of it. And so part of that generational expectation of us is that we care for the land, we care for the sea, and as in the oceans, but we also care for self. Dr. Lord, I haven't forgotten you. Trust me, I'm coming to you, Mr. Amber. And so the red, yellow, amber, and green are the signposts that will lead us safely through and help us to navigate the roads of confusion through creation. And that's what the Anglican Church is embarked on right now until October
4th, the Feast of St. Francis of Assisi, because he is the patron saint of ecology. He was the one who, they said, when he preached, the animals gathered to listen to him. You know? And he wrote a wonderful piece on creation and so on, and he really cared for the environment.
So I want that when people go to church and you turn up and you sit in the pews or you watch online, you know, that open up your awareness, open up your mind and your consciousness about what's happening in this season of creation. Begin to see how the word shared ties in with what is expected of us in creation. And begin to see how you can begin to change your behaviors right away. There are little things that we can all do, and I'm sure that as the month goes on, this season of emancipation, season of creation, that you're going to be sharing some to-dos.
Yes, definitely. The reflections that are coming out have little tidbits at the end of them of what we can do to make the oceans better, to make the environment better.
This is exciting. I'm excited about this whole period indeed, and so we want you to get equally excited to see what else is happening. There are things we can do. It's a season of creation. To stop for just a moment, put ourselves outside of it and look back. Look and see the things that we have to deal with. Look and see the things that we do that we can change. And look and see how we can create another beautiful garden here on earth and around us as well. And that's what this season of creation seeks to do. But within the season of creation is Caribbean Wellness Day. That's coming up. We'll talk about that right after this break.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Approaching 21 after the hour now, let's turn our attention to the Caribbean Wellness Day. That's why Dr. Adrian Lord is here. He's the chair of the Wellness Commission, hosted by the Anglican Church. And so, Dr. Lord, I know this is something about which you're very passionate. You've been doing this for a little while now. First of all, are we getting it?
We're on the road. We're on the journey.
We're still at amber.
We're still at amber. Yeah, we're not green yet. I think we have to keep on getting the message across to people. And we're in a situation where people are getting a lot of information, a lot of misinformation. So we have to come out there and preach the information and get people to follow, just as in the Christian church, follow the guidelines. You know, the chronic non-communicable diseases are out there and affecting all of us in some way or other, directly or indirectly, and they're silent. So people are still not taking it as seriously as they should. And back in 2007, the governments of the Caribbean, they declared that the second Saturday in September is Caribbean Wellness Day. And it so happens that it falls in the season of creation. And it so happens that I'm chair of the Wellness Commission. And Amber, where we look at various things, where we're going to have an activity on Saturday to get people into the right mood and get them focused and keep them engaged. And it's interesting is engage, empower as part of the theme of this Caribbean Wellness Day.
Engaged and empowered, indeed. You know,
elevate and elevate.
And elevate. Engage, empowered, elevate. I'm going to link it to creation for just a minute.
Yes.
Because God created us so specially. We were formed after his image. And he deliberately kept us almost to the end to say, you know, I want you now when you're here, take care of all of this. Take care of all of this, but you must also take care of self. And so he gave us everything we've needed to be able to do so, but he also gave us rules. And oftentimes in dealing with self, we break the rules. And that's why we have these non-communicable diseases, and that's what this activity on Caribbean Wellness Day seeks us to do, to get back to the rules of good living, healthy living, and to begin to see God's creation as part of it, because the fruits and the air we breathe, the enjoyment through exercise at the beach, all of those kinds of things.
And St. George is called the bread basket of Barbados.
Correct.
And we're starting at Gun Hill, and we're going north to Newbury, across to Salisbury, and through some other areas.
This is a walk you're talking about, or a run?
No, this is not. It's not a walk. It's not a run. It's a hike.
It's a hike.
We have the hike.
Because I able to run this.
No walk. It's not a race.
Okay.
It is getting out there in the environment and enjoying what creation is all about. So we have the Barbados Hiking Association. They're going to be involved in guiding us through these areas. We have persons from University of the West Indies going to help us as well. And we're going to have, it's free for all. It's not a thing where you get a t-shirt and pay whatever money. It is a healthy activity. And we're going to deal with the ecology, the creation. We look at what's going on around us. We're going to look at areas that need cleaning and so on. There's a cleanup day coming the following weekend. But we're going to incorporate all this in the season of creation. And the Sunday is Flora and Fauna Day. So everything falls into place, you know, like if God just made it, right, this thing. And, you know, we start at Gun Hill. You can park by St. George's Parish Church and Pastor. We can have a park and ride.
Okay, good.
There, or by the signal station. And we go through the streets of St. George. And it's not all through gullies and that type of thing. It's mostly on road. Dr. John Mwanza, he's created a good path for us. And so we can have a good activity. And when you come back, the students of the University of the West Indies, medical students, going to be there checking your blood pressures. And you need to know your numbers.
You need to, yes.
Right? So we're putting the wellness aspect of it involved. So we're covering all areas in this activity on Amber, which is the area that I'm involved with.
Yes, indeed. So this hike is on
Saturday morning.
Saturday. This coming Saturday
6
morning.
6 a.m.
6 o'clock in the morning as the sun rises.
Yes. Wear a hat, loose clothing, bring your water, comfortable shoes, and come.
And let's just do this. Let's do this. And let's get out there and become active yet again. And so that's the whole point. All generations are encouraged to be a part of it. It's not just for the fit and the fittest.
Correct.
It's also for those who struggle with a degree of fitness and walk as you are able.
Yes.
And that's the whole point. You know, just movement helps a lot. But what I like is that you're exploring the ecology. You're exploring everything around you, because there are herbs and bushes and trees and stuff that we have grown away from. Again, food which God planted in his paradise here on earth. And so to be able to pull on the generational knowledge from those who are part of the group to be able to say, this particular plant helps with headaches. This particular bush helps with whatever. I'm sure those kinds of conversations that you want to encourage.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to nature. We call it a nature hike. So we're going back to nature, creation there again, right?
Yes, yes.
And explore that area. And we in the Anglican Church, we've been pushing health and wellness over the period of time. Earlier this year, we had the health and wellness exposition and a run. Unfortunately, Cannon wasn't here. but we had over 250 participants in the rain.
Yes, I remember.
And we had a great time. And we had other activities. So we're doing things within the churches. And the other thing that we're doing is also trying to regenerate, reinvigorate the health committees of the church, health guilds, where persons will, during the churches, have persons from the health community be available in case there are emergencies, also educate, do the same blood pressure and blood sugar readings as on a regular basis. We have lectures and talks about it. We're going to have podcasts during this time. So it's a whole season and group of things that we're going to do, and then it's going to explode, we hope, throughout the whole communities of Barbados.
Because we're heading for green, which is go. Really, really go.
Yeah.
And so to get to know and to be fueled correctly is what this mission is all about, really and truly. And it takes a little bit of effort, but the outcome is very, very satisfying. And so we want to encourage all of you as much as possible to turn up on Saturday morning. You park at this St. George Parish Church in the car park there, and you'll be shuttled to Gun Hill. And from there, be on the road. We're walking, we're talking, we're evangelizing, we're engaging with nature. And then we come back to the church compound, and that's where we have our pressure checks and everything. I pray that your pressure numbers are quite good, but you need to know your numbers, even if they're not so good, because there's something that can be done about it. And that's the whole point.
Yes.
That's the whole point. Yeah. And God reminds us that, there's hope.
Yeah.
There's hope, and there's also a solution. That's the whole reason he sent Jesus Christ. There's a solution. Don't give up, but get involved. That's the whole point. And so on Saturday morning, you don't have to register. You show up. You don't have to get a special kind of t-shirt. You wear what is comfortable for you, and you get ready to walk and hike. This is not a race. It's not a race. You go as you are able and follow the route, and you land again at the church, St. George Parish Church. And that's where...
Gun Hill.
You come back to Gun Hill?
Come back to Gun Hill.
Jeez, brothers. All right. So yeah, we start at Gun Hill, we end at Gun Hill, and then we head back down to your cars at the church, indeed. But it's going to be fantastic, indeed.
Yes.
It's a whole season of creation. We have to be obedient to the creation around us. If not, it will consume us.
Yes, and we'll destroy ourselves because we're part of it. And just to add, there are some other activities, especially for the younger ones. We've introduced a poster competition, as well an essay and poetry competition, and also a hymn competition for all persons, but I'm sure the younger ones will be enthused by that. And also we're encouraging persons on October 4th, we've encouraged the priests to facilitate this, that they can have their animals blessed on the feast of St. Francis of Assisi, because the animals are part of
the church.
The family as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Just kidding you. When I did it first at St. George, I just gave a little stipulation: pit bulls and snakes we will do from a distance.
Yes. Oh, this is lovely. This is brilliant, India, and that's happening on October the 4th.
Yes.
Oh boy, this is brilliant. But of course, more details as the time gets closer and as it goes, indeed. But this is brilliant. Well done.
Thank you.
Anglican Church, well done, thou good and faithful servant, indeed. Canon Dr. John Rogers, Dr. Adrian Lord, indeed. And so remember, Saturday morning, Gun Hill to Gun Hill is a hike, but all this month until the 4th of October in the Anglican Church, the focus is on the season of creation, what creation means, and our stewardship of all that God has asked us to bless and blessed us with, indeed. And so it's something I want to encourage all of you to engage with. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Morning Barbados breaks here. We'll be back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. For From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
26 minutes now to go to 7 o'clock. I meet some really fun people here. I enjoy this simply because they are so fun to talk to, like Dr. Elizabeth Best, who's with me right now. She is an author. She tells me she dabbles in so much. She's so creative, and that's the whole point. I love it indeed. And so, good morning to you, Dr. Elizabeth.
Good morning, sir.
And it's in your retirement that you're doing so much.
Yes. People say you retire and they think that it means you sit back and you watch television, you play games, and then you die.
Mm-hmm.
I see retirement as changing tires. So the first set of tires was my teaching, and now I have 4 more tires. I'm doing my writing, my poetry, songwriting, my art, and my short story writing. So I'm developing myself in all those. These are things I love. I share with my students, but now I can just explore on my own.
I changed tires, and the fellows who changed tires said, no, Mr. Boyne, don't speed, because they're brand new tires. Right. So, Dr. Elizabeth, are you speeding? Have you adjusted your speed?
I'm just taking my time and enjoying the ride.
Oh, boy. And you've been writing for a while now?
Yes. I write mostly to encourage my students. And while I was doing it, I said, well, how can I be telling students about short stories and I don't write them? How can I be telling students about poetry and I don't write it? So when I gave them assignment, I would do the assignment myself. And out of that came my Barboy and Roses here when I was teaching in Barbados.
Right.
I was at Harrison College and I produced Barboy and Roses then. And since I went to the States, Louisville, Kentucky, and I did the same with my students and I produced this one. Even though I was away for the last 21 years, I still keep in touch. So I entered this in the National Cultural Foundation competition, and I won, and the prize was an ebook. But a lot of people my age want to turn pages.
Yes.
So I thought, well, why not do the paperback? So this is the paperback.
And what's it called again?
You have to call the word riffing. You know, that's a jazz connection.
Yes.
About surviving among the bearded fig trees of Ruganeum.
Ruganeum.
Okay. And that's the Arawak word for Barbados.
Yes.
And I thought I'll include both names, the bearded fig trees, which is where we got Los Barbados from, and then the name. So I'm honoring both those people who gave it the Portuguese name and those people who were here before and gave it its native name.
And the book required some level of research, I suppose.
Every poem I write, I research. I want to make sure I'm saying the right thing. And this covers almost every area of life that you can think of because my focus is on surviving and thriving. I don't want to write a book that's, oh, I'm a victim, people did this to me and I'm suffering. And that might have happened, but you don't remain in a state of suffering. You rise up because each of us, we have been given this innate capacity for resilience. And that's what I push among my students, and I tell them they don't stop there. Failure is not the end of it. So the same thing I was saying with our history, all the things that happened to us, we are still here. So that testifies to our resilience, our strength, our innate power. And most people do not remember our innate divinity. So the speakers just now were talking about creation. Well, I'm also in a period of creation, always in a period of creation. And be fruitful and multiply, that's what I'm doing. Right? So that inner divine spark, when God said, let there be light, and there was light, well, there are things that are happening, and I said, let there be peace, let there be resilience, let there be a positive reaction. Not reaction, a positive response. So yes, so we are constantly creating and recreating.
How would you describe your poems? And I'm saying for a reason, because there's some people who write poems and they have to rhyme. There are others who write poems because they just want to flow and tell a story. How would you describe yours?
Some of my poems rhyme. And I make sure the rhyme is a strong rhyme. It doesn't just don't rhyme for the sake of rhyming.
Correct.
And the others don't need to rhyme because the power is in the message. I structure my poems so people will look at the poem and say, this is so long, but they don't look to see that maybe I have a certain number of beats in each line. It requires you to pay attention. Don't just look at the length and be turned off. I write each poem as an experience. So I don't want you to just read the poem and say, okay, that's good, or I like this. I want you to go through the experience with me. What am I talking about? What is my emotional reaction? Can you feel it? What are the things I'm seeing? Can you visualize what I'm... So I require people to savor. You don't have to read the whole book. Take one poem today, read it, and see where you can connect to the poem at any level.
How much of your travels has informed your writing from the book?
I would not say a lot of it. The interaction with my students and with people of a different culture, that would have informed what I need to pay attention to. But being away from home, I'm still very much at home. So for my own sanity, I remember things when I was growing up. I remember my grandmother. I talk about her cuckoo. I remember the little side dishes, the avocado and cucumber, and the avocado sweating under the sprinkle of salt. I talk about, there's one poem in here I have from coast to coast, and I take a truck. While I'm in Kentucky, I am on the East Coast Road, and I'm traveling from Pico, Tenerife, and I'm walking through right away down, and I go all around the island, and I end up at Mullins. And I wrote that in a poem, Coast to Coast. And I'm talking about the experience of every part of it. Somebody might look at it and say, well, this is so long, but I want you to travel with me. If you got as far as the lighthouse, stop, go have lunch, come back, and read the rest of the poem. I want people to enjoy the poem, right? So that's my,
But because Barbadians are writing and reading a whole lot more, which is brilliant, I think they get your message. And they're consuming in great detail now. And I'm hoping, like you hope, that we really do take the time to dwell for just a moment, to put yourself in the pen of the writer, and then get into the mind of the writer, and then see and feel what is being written about. That's how I read.
Before you criticize a writer. Like,
before you start to, correct. That's how I read. Even in news, I'm trying to imagine what's the importance here. What is it that I need to tell someone else about? And so that's the whole point of reading, I think. Not just for comprehension from the, I get the words right, but to be able to absorb the message.
I'm glad you said words, because I choose my words very carefully. Sometimes I will sit and for 10 minutes there's a word that I want and there's a feeling I want and it's in a word and I know the word exists.
Yes.
And I'm going to ponder and then I get the word. Because every word I write makes sense. I choose that word for a reason. Sometimes the word might have one or two meanings. If you just gloss over it, you'll miss it and you'll dismiss the poem. But then that's your bad.
All at you. You're bad, indeed. And that's the whole
But
point.
I want people to enjoy the poems. I really want it to be interactive.
You really love writing, don't you?
I do because, and it's funny, when you write with a pencil, it's a different vibe from when I use a computer.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one do you prefer?
I use a computer now for convenience, but I like working with the pencil because there's like a connection between the heart and the hand and the head. And
Here is your brother.
if I write it, when I go to type it, I will probably change it. But they're two different approaches. Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
There's so many pieces of paper in my office with scribbles because I'm transferring my thoughts.
Yeah.
And I say all the time, make note, write it down, write it down. Then you can, like you said, go to the computer and you begin to translate onto the computer what you've just written. But at the same time, once you pour your thoughts out on paper in your own legible handwriting, then it's so cathartic.
Yeah.
It's just not funny.
And I even come back, because I normally don't have anybody to read my work after myself. So I leave it for 2 weeks or 3, come back and see it with different eyes.
Yeah.
And I always have something to change. And that's interesting because you have an experience and you want to describe this experience. But whatever you do, it is not the same. So even if I'm describing something that I've experienced, it's still not exactly what I experienced. So I come back again, I say, you know what? And I change the word. That's a better word for what I felt back then, yeah.
Which brings me to this question I've always asked people. How do you know when it's finished? How do you know that you've it is done? I'm not touching this again, it's done.
Well, what you just said, I am not touching this again does not mean it's finished. That does not mean it's finished. It's just that I have had enough of this. Maybe there'll be another version. But I have written poems and I went back and and rewrote them.
Yes?
Yeah, I might have changed the title, but I've gone back and rewrote because when I just look through the eyes of the new experience, the old experience shifts.
Yeah, that's it. No, you're surrounded by some pieces of art as well.
Yes.
And what do these represent for you?
This is the bearded fig tree. It might not look like a bearded fig tree to you, but if you ever looked at a bearded fig tree?
Up close?
Yeah.
The actual trunk of it? Yeah.
And have you seen the human figures in it?
No.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Just like that, the same way that you need to read the poem, you need to read the environment. They were talking about this,
Yeah.
So I was doing this, it was an assignment with a student once, and she saw the tree and the trunks. What I saw were human forms.
I mean, looking at it again differently now, you're right.
So I focus on the forms, and this is where we are.
And this is a representation of a tree you sat and sketched?
This was a tree at community college before they cut them down.
You were serious?
Yeah.
I see a man on this side here in black over there. And there's a woman here coming out and oh my worship. I did not.
Yeah, if you look at it, you'll see but I accentuated it,
yes,
right?
Yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah, but so this is Los Barbados. Struggle, survive, and thrive.
Wow, well done.
Yeah. So this is the cover of this book.
This book, right.
Yeah, because all this is about struggle, survival, and thriving. So I am in the phase where I did this within the first 7 months of my retirement. So I finished this in April this year. So I'm in the process of transferring now my ideas into art. And for each piece of work, I have a poem.
Fantastic.
So I'm going to meet with some friends on Saturday, and I'm inviting them to bring the book, and we're going to meet at Harrison College, and I'm going to launch the book then.
Right.
And I will show the art that goes with the pieces.
So what time is the launch?
Between 3 to 7. I want the first hour to be looking at the art, reading the poems that go with the art, and then maybe from 4 until about 6, I want to read poems and ask the people to question me. Did you hear something that resonated with you? I want to be interactive. I don't want to stand there and read for 2 hours. And then those who have bought the book, I told them to bring the book and they can read parts of the book and comment on it. Well, stanza 2 of this poem, it reminds me of my mom or reminds me of a time when.
Right.
So I want it to be, I don't want it to be a souvenir on a shelf. I want it to be interactive.
This is on Saturday.
That's on Saturday at Harrison College.
What time again?
From 3 to 7.
From 3 to 7,
Yeah.
right. Okay. In the school hall?
Yes. But this book is available on Amazon
Right.
as a paperback. And when I won the NIFCA award, they prized me with an ebook. So the ebook is also online Amazon.
Right.
So
Indeed. So that's one, and then the other one.
this one is also about what I'm talking about. This is about struggle. And when you get a wound, sometimes it doesn't heal.
Yes.
And sometimes it can become cancerous. Well, this was a visual of what happens when you arise from wounding. I know people have a lot of wounds. You have generational trauma. You have social trauma. So I represent this as a kind of like a wound that happened in the body politic. And this is the cells trying to adjust themselves.
You're good. You're really, really good. And,
Thank you so much.
This is all happening on Saturday, folks. You get to see the art, you see the poems, and you hear the poems, you read the poems, you comment on the poems, you will share your expressions from the poems. All of that's happening from the book. It's on Amazon. The book is on Amazon, and the book is called again?
Riffing about survival among the bearded fig trees of Ikiruganu.
We have to learn this word. I have to take time to practice it.
It is important. If this is our history and our culture,
Yeah.
we have to know every part of it.
I do.
And that's what I've been doing. I've been using that for my sanity for the last 21 years abroad. Yeah, seriously. I go back, I connect home and all the things my grandmother used to say. I have a poem in here that looks at all of the various sayings, the proverbs. It's called Where I'm From. And
nice.
It pulls all the different proverbs my grandmother used to say.
Sweet. I love it. I love that poem. I love that poem.
All right.
So, folks, the book is available on Amazon. It is available locally if you wish to as well on Saturday. If you come to the reading and launching at Harrison College. No, there are not many left, but you can certainly come. You can be at the launching on Saturday at Harrison College in the school hall from 3 in the afternoon. And you're spending an afternoon engaging with Barbados, Barbadian literature, Barbadian memories, Barbadian proverbs, Barbados indeed, and there's art to support every single poem, not every single, but most of them indeed. And so the process has started already with Dr. Elizabeth Best, and so she wants you to come enjoy and share with her memories as well. Thank you so much for joining us today. You're welcome. Okay. You're very welcome. We're coming back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will He equip you with ideas, but He will equip you with favor, as He did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're approaching 10 minutes now to 7 o'clock as we turn our attention to something coming up in November, something that's rhythmic, something that's powerful, something that's impactful, something that's for every one of us because we feel the rhythm in our souls. And so we're getting ready for Rhythms on the Hill. That's right. Are you asking yourself, what about now? Well, we'll find out this morning indeed, because Dana Stricker is the marketing consultant with Zulu Entertainment, and she's brought along the Chief Operating Officer, Simon Chu. Good morning, both of you.
Good morning. Hey, good morning.
Thank you for joining us indeed. We know you guys as Kadooment out there, your costumes and everything else, and there's some other little fringe things that you do as well, but Rhythms on the Hill.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Well, we do have our entertainment side, which is new. We would have done the cartel show, which was really good.
Burst, as
and before that, we had the Caribbean Music Festival up Farley Hill the year in front. So those were really, really good. And now we are bringing you Rhythms on the Hill. I hope you're going to be coming as well.
If God's still alive.
We got a full turnout, sold out. Right now we are at 90% tickets sold out on early birds already. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So
we got to move now.
Exactly. Exactly.
So with these early bird tickets are already available, how can people get them now so they don't miss this opportunity to get the benefit?
Definitely first you can go on Event Pass 24 and those are online. And then we have Number One Beauty Supplies, Friction Clothing, Tees Cosmetics, Fabulous Bar, Vibrant, Saul Redmond's. There's a lot. There's a lot of box offices.
Get to the box offices.
Yes, get to the box offices.
Early bird tickets are almost sold out. And this is only September.
Yes, yes.
Oh, my worship. And so therefore, this is happening in November.
Yes, November 2nd, Farley Hill, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Right, a whole
So we are going to be, the whole time, we are going to be partying. We have an all-star cast. We have Idonia, we have Admiral Bailey, we have Florgon, Lil Rick, Chief Din. We have a full lineup, so it's going to be really good. And we have some surprises, right, Simon?
Of course, always. always surprises.
So, Simon, what are the surprises?
Can't tell you. It's going to be a surprise.
There are surprises.
I was trying to trick him.
But what we can do for you is give you some ticket giveaways. So if you follow our page, Zulu Entertainment Inc. _ on Instagram, we have loads of giveaways coming. They're going to be flooded, especially in October.
Oh boy. Zulu Entertainment _ follow on social and look out for those opportunities to win some other surprises indeed.
Yes.
And that's the beauty. But you've pulled some of the best from the region to come together for Rhythms on the Hill.
Yeah.
And so we're talking reggae. What kind of rhythms, by the way? Let me not list them for you.
Well, so we have our local entertainment. So there's Chief Din, there's Lil Rick. So we'll be calling 911. We're going to take in that vibe straight through to November 2nd. We have Master T. So he's very popular with the Gen Z. So, and the millennials. And then on the all-star lineup, we have Idonia and Alkaline. And they haven't been here in a bit, so it's going to be really, really good. We're expecting a long show from them, so it should be exciting. And then for our older, old school reggae vibes, we have Admiral Bailey and Florgon. So, yeah.
We have a little bit of everything for someone.
Exactly.
For all ages.
Yeah.
For all ages.
Yes.
We know the younger people who they want to clap before, and then the older people who we want to clap before.
Yeah.
And so therefore, it's a no-brainer, Simon, for everyone to be on the hill.
Yeah.
As a chief operating officer, what's your role in terms of putting all this together?
Just making sure that everything goes to plan more than anything else.
And so far,
to
so
make
good.
it simple and easy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always problems there, but we have a very solid team. We have a family-oriented team, and we managing to get through everything and all the tasks at hand. Yeah.
Now, what are these festival zone highlights, Dana?
So we have in the festive zone, it's going to be an experience. It's not just a regular VIP. First, we have a new makeup section. So the ladies, they have to be maintained and cute throughout the entire event, right? So we have our makeup section. And then we have top chefs. We have Chef Marvin. We have Chef Kadeem, Chef Craig. And they have some really nice things on the menu. Simon, you can go over some of the menu.
One of the things that stand out to me was his 6-hour braised oxtail in mac and cheese.
Yeah.
That is what had me.
So we are just
that
going
one stuck on my
even just
mind.
for that. Yeah, just for that.
Yeah.
And then he has the signature fish cutter, Chef Marvin. I mean, it's gonna be, I don't know who, between the vibes, the music, the food, it's gonna be overwhelming. You're gonna definitely be content because the ticket prices, general, is only $100 for, and the festive zone right now is only $200.
Yes.
However, 90%. So you need to get those tickets right now.
There's
only 10% left, and then,
Yeah. You really got to go and get them fast, folks. These tickets are moving swiftly. I expect a bumper crowd at the hill. Who doesn't know Farley Hill?
Yes.
Who doesn't know up there by the gazebo, sloping all the way down to the ruin?
And our first show had the highest numbers at Farley Hill. It was so packed. So we are expecting to do the same. So come early.
And Simon, this is probably part of your job now because parking is always going to be a bit of a headache.
Yes.
Always.
So what do you want to say to people
We
now?
asked all the people around the area if we could rent the land so that we could have proper parking for everyone. And my advice would be we would be doing the park and ride, so always do that. That would avoid a lot of the traffic. We can all get home on time to go work the next day or wherever. We're finishing early, and as we know, which is very important, is that throughout all of our events, we've never had any issues with crime or any fights or anything like that. God bless. No.
Yeah, not what.
We don't want any issues. So I want everyone to come out, have a grand time. You know, usually park and ride and that kind of stuff. That would help free up the roads and that kind of stuff. The police and all the security that's going to be there. It's going to be an amazing time, man. It's been a lot we put into it, so I expect it to be really amazing for everyone.
I think Zulu Entertainment only does amazing.
Yeah.
And so therefore another amazing activity is coming up on the 2nd of November. The 2nd of November at Farley Hill National Park. It's Rhythms on the Hill. We've had a whole host of other on the hills, but this one is the on the hill activity indeed.
Exactly.
Rhythms on the hill. And so we want to encourage all of you to come. Look at your screen, ladies and gentlemen. It's 90% sold out already, so you got to get your early bird tickets fast, fast, fast. General Festive Zone tickets are there. The numbers are there. You see where to go to get your tickets online, and you get a snapshot of some of the people who will be performing at Rhythms on the Hill. But that Festive Zone sounds delicious and delightful and all of those kinds of things. And this is an event pitched at everybody of all ages and generations indeed. So we want you to really come to have a really good time as we, in November, celebrate our nationhood. But after we flick the lights on from November the 1st, then thereafter activity on the 2nd right away. They're finishing at 10, so you get enough time to go home, refresh yourself, and get ready for work the next day indeed. But it is promised to be unforgettable. Bring some big acts from the Caribbean. Remind us again, Dana, about who's
So we
coming.
have Idonia, Alkaline, Master T, Lil Rick, Chief Din, Florgon, Admiral Bailey.
There you go. Without a doubt, the best of the Caribbean. And the Festive Zone is really packed with a lot of food and great chefs doing wonderful things. Mixologists as well.
Cocktails, yes.
Definitely
We have the
cocktails.
cocktails, yeah.
We definitely have, of course.
And the makeup.
Oh,
And the
yes.
makeup.
Yes, to get the girls all sassy
Yes.
and ready indeed.
Yeah.
And so box offices are all over the island, literally all over the island. You can go to Haggett Hall. If you're in there in Haggett Hall, you go to Top 10. If you're in Sheraton or Haggett Hall again, you go to Secrets. You want to read this for me? Forever Blessed is in Bridgetown. We have Lanterns Mall.
Yeah. So we have number 1, Beauty Supply, Tees Cosmetics, Bay Lounge, A Touch of Class in Speightstown, Saul Redmonds. Everyone knows Saul Redmonds. Friction Clothing in the Dome Mall, another popular one. Fowley's in Parishland. So for those that don't want to venture down, they're taken care of too. Fabulous Bar and Drew Variety in St. George.
Hint, 90% sold already. Hint. You don't have a lot of time left, and there's only so many tickets left indeed. This is going to be fantastic.
Yes. Yeah.
November
It's going to be fun.
the
Will I see you there though?
In that crowd?
So. Yeah.
You think you could find me in that
Right to
crowd?
the front.
Yes, little boy. But we'll see how it goes indeed.
Yes.
But we want to encourage all of you to get out and enjoy Rhythms on the Hill, November the 2nd, Farley Hill National Park, starting at 2 in the afternoon, running till 10. Park and ride is in vogue, and so you need to really get out there. And what am I looking at right here? What am I looking at?
So this is a 3D rendering of the event. So you see, we have everything mapped out for you. There's the bathrooms. This is right now taking you through the general zone. So these are the bathrooms on the left, and then it's going to just take you over to the full experience.
We get in there.
Yeah, we're going to get there.
We get in there. Farley Hill is
So we
such a
have
beautiful
some
spot.
bars.
It is.
This
Very
is
iconic.
Right.
So this is the general zone area.
So folks, this is what you're going to be seeing and engaging with. This is what the layout will look like on the day. And then voila.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the stage.
Center stage, yeah.
That's where the action happens, and then all of the rest of it belongs to you.
Yes.
All of it is yours to really occupy and have a really good
So
time.
we have our local vendors as well, giving you a taste. You have the snow cones, popcorn. So we're keeping it traditional.
Yes,
But
yes.
then we still bring in some different
class.
things. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, in the festive zone, we go for the class. Indeed. So let's have fun, everybody. Let's get our tickets very, very quickly. Follow on social, Zulu Entertainment _ on social, and find out where everything is happening, folks. Don't miss this. Don't cry if you miss it because it's your fault. Don't cry over your own spilt milk. Thank you so much, Dana.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Happy to have you here on Morning Barbados, and good luck. All the best with this.
Thank you so much.
90% already sold, folks. Don't dilly-dally. We're breaking. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will He equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray, microbiome probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Week after week.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Before we get to the news, let me just tell you about what the Transport Board is reminding you of, that effective this coming 14th of September, owing to the closures of the Melvin Hill Bridge, the Shorey Village bus will be traveling along from the Princess Alice Terminal, Reef Road, Eagle Hall, Spooners Hill, Green Hill, Warrens, Highway 2A, Orange Hill, Endeavour, Gregg Farm, Turner's Hall, Hill, Swans, Bawdens, Walkers, Shorey Village, Belle Plaine, Ermybourne Highway, to Lakes, Haggett's and Baxter's Bridge. The bus will follow that same route in reverse back to Bridgetown. So please follow all of the social medias of the Barbados Transport Board. Commuters who want to travel through Shop Hill, Hopewell, Welchman Hall, Chapman and Baxter's can catch the Baxter's Bridge service. Let's look at the news now. Fire safety concerns in the city of Bridgetown have been raised by the Chief Fire Officer and will likely result in vendors being moved. Krista Hoyt tells us more. Krista Hoyt tells us more.
Bridgetown, a frightening fire hazard. That's the warning from Chief Fire Officer Errol Maynard following a walkthrough of Swan Street on Wednesday morning. Fire officials, City Manager Neville Greenidge, and representatives from the Barbados Association of Retailers, Vendors and Entrepreneurs, Barvin, assess the situation firsthand.
The main concern is really access. The vehicles cannot access Swan Street without occurring damage to the vehicles or damaging other people's property and maybe hurting some person. Swan Street was designed basically to have pedestrian traffic and emergency traffic only. Now you have so much vendors and the competition between the vendors and the store owners encroaching on the roadway, the demarcated roadway. Because of that, then it blocks the access to emergency vehicles, whether it's police, fire or ambulance. And I know that if we had an emergency and the appliances came there with the siren on, after panic stepping to the citizens and the vendors, then you have a bigger problem with people being trampled and people getting injured outside of the actual event. So that was frightening for me.
The fire chief says there is only one solution.
Definitely we will have to relocate some of the vendors. There are too many vendors in this small area. The vendors and the emergency access cannot exist together. So we have to move some of the vendors. We have to encourage or ask the store owners not to place their product on the street and leave them in the store, that we will not have the passage blocked. Because right now we have the vendors and the store owners competing for the space on the street.
Alistair Alexander, president of Barvin, says safety is also his top priority.
The concerns of the fire chief would be the concerns of Barvin. We have always said that an unlimited amount of vendors cannot hold in the city. It's impossible. We have tried, Barvin has tried over the years to prevent this from happening, because we know too that we will get blamed for it. We know that at this point in time, you have to take drastic action, you have to take necessary action to bring safety. And Barvin will sit down with government to see how we can even plan for the rest of the vendors the people who will be affected if something can be worked out for them, but this is untenable.
The authorities are now mobilizing to address the issues and ensure public safety. Crystal Hoyt, CBC News.
The Educational Transformation Minister, Chad Blackman, is promising changes to the school system to better prepare younger people for jobs in construction and design. He says the construction sector can only thrive if the classroom keeps pace with the needs of a modern workforce. Minister Blackman was addressing a media briefing of the Barbados Annual Construction Design Conference. Deanza Roberts attended, and she filed this report.
Minister Blackman told the gathering that subjects such as woodwork and technical drawing will soon be modernized at the secondary school level. He says this will prepare students to take their place in the global construction industry.
You're going to see it rolled out this coming academic year, for example, particularly at the secondary level. The reimagination of what we do in our secondary schools with respect to woodwork, metalwork, technical drawing. These are the foundational aspects of design going forward. And we've done those things, of course, in a very 1960s, 70s, 80s, 90s way up to this point. But when you look at China, when you look at South Korea, those countries in school are using the industrialization process to help the students to understand and master the concept of design at scale. So that by the time they get to your industry, you're not going to have to necessarily do all of the heavy lifting in terms of the apprenticeships. Yes, those things are still necessary, but the school system, the curriculum must now match the national development at the earliest stage.
The conference is a brainchild of the Technical and Vocational Education and Training Council, TVET. The council's chairman, Dr. Albert Bell, says technology must be at the heart of the country's development if the construction industry is to thrive.
By integrating technology into construction, we are not only improving quality, we are future-proofing our infrastructure and empowering our workforce. This conference is taking place against a backdrop of major global challenges in the construction and design industry. Climate change and environmental degradation, supply chain disruptions and material shortages, labor market shifts and skills gaps, rapid urbanization and housing demands, digital transformation and cybersecurity risks.
Major sponsor BRC West Indies Limited says the strength of the industry depends on the strength of the people, especially the youth. Sales and marketing manager Nazir Harper says they are happy to align with this conference.
Supporting this event is more than just a partnership. It's an investment in the future of the construction industry here in Barbados and the region. The conference is a vital platform that brings together professionals, innovators, and stakeholders to exchange ideas and explore solutions that move the industry forward. We chose this partnership because we believe the strength of our construction sector depends on the strength of its people, which speaks to our slogan, working to build a stronger nation.
The three-day conference, which begins September 24th, will highlight those opportunities and showcase how education and innovation can work together to reshape the construction sector. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
The Ministry of Educational Transformation continues to put measures in place to ensure students and staff of the Wesley Hall Junior are comfortable at their satellite locations. Chief Education Officer Dr. Ramona Archer Bradshaw led a team that visited the Wesleyan Holiness Tabernacle and the YMCA to interact with students and staff. Anesta Henry has a report.
The Ministry of Educational Transformation will be installing air conditioning units in some of the rooms at the YMCA occupied by students of Wesley Hall Junior School. Chief Education Officer Dr. Ramona Archer Bradshaw says this is one of the measures being taken to address issues affecting students and teachers who will be at that location for the next 14 weeks to facilitate major repairs to the King Street plant.
And again, we have already ordered through the Permanent Secretary some portable AC units for the students and the staff members here. With regard to the bathrooms, we made sure that we were able to allocate more bathrooms to students on the compound, and the staff members have an alternative space also for their bathroom facilities. But all in all, as the challenges arise, the Ministry of Educational Transformation will seek to address, and we have been doing so.
Dr. Archer Bradshaw says that the ministry has also been meeting with parents to discuss challenges their children have reported.
And based on that, I came in along with the team, and we observed what was happening in the classrooms, what was happening within the compound, and we made the conscious decision to try to address these issues that were highlighted.
Senior teacher at Wesley Hall Junior, Paulette Best, says the students are settled and efforts are being made to make the best of the situation.
And as the chief said, we're trying to make the best of it. And she has promised what she told you, and I'm sure that she will make good on those promises.
So you're satisfied?
I am satisfied. Yes, I'm basically satisfied, yes.
The ministry officials also checked in on the Class 3 and 4 students at the Wesleyan Holiness Tabernacle, where large fans have been installed to keep them cool. Students at the Tabernacle will be relocated to Westbury Primary and the St. Leonard's Anglican Church by next Monday. Onesta Henry, CBC News.
Barbados has experienced no difficulties in attracting investment for its energy transition efforts. Minister of Energy and Business, Senator Lisa Cummins, made the statement during the Energy Development Scholarship Awards presentation at her office in Warrens. The senator said there is a strong appetite for capital investment in the energy sector. Here's a report from Trevor Thorpe.
Minister Cummins says the operationalization legislation for the Electricity Supply Act is forthcoming, with the legal drafting process currently at an advanced stage. She urged all stakeholders to remain patient as the work progresses.
As soon as the legal drafters have completed crafting the policy and the existing legislation into regulations that then will accompany the legislation, we will be publishing the Electricity Supply Act regulations, and those regulations will be appended to the requests for proposals for battery energy storage systems projects as well as the upcoming Lambert's projects.
The Minister of Energy and Business addressed investors and financial institutions, confirming that the legal drafters are finalizing the legislation, and once completed, the legislation will be made public.
As soon as the regs have been completed, and we do have final revisions, final drafts now, we're just tidying up. So in the next couple of weeks, the expectation is those regs will go forward for final approval, and we will publish the much anticipated request for proposals for battery energy storage systems and the equally anticipated request for pre-qualifications for the Lambert's wind project.
Senator Cummins emphasized the importance of the upcoming initiatives, describing them as an investment in the future before proceeding to present awards to the scholarship recipients.
The first scholarship this morning is going to Mr. Jamarli Tony. He is going to be pursuing an MSc, Master of Science in Earthquake Engineering and Disaster Management at the University College of London.
A member of the ministry's energy team was also among the awardees, and the minister says much is expected of him.
The second scholarship this morning is going to our own, Mr. Jade Harding, a member of the energy team in whom we are well pleased. Jade has received a training award from his own ministry, and he is going to be pursuing a Master of Science in Geographic Information Science.
According to Minister Cummins, training of the two awardees will strengthen Barbados' position in the renewable energy space. Trevor Thorpe, CBC News.
All right, that's news until now. More news at noon. Mornin Barbados is back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that.
Tips brought to you by ICBL. Always there when you need us most.
Have a fully stocked first aid kit readily available. Essential items to have available are scissors, sterile gauze, disinfectant wipes, and peroxide. This tip is brought to you with the kind compliments of ICBL. For more information on available policies, call 434-6000.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
17 past 7 now as we turn our attention to the ongoing work of the Parish Independence Committee in St. James. The parish ambassadors are out and about. They're probably knocking on your door already if they haven't already done so. And of course, they're encouraging you to give full support to them as we get ready for November's Spirit of the Nation show. But they're working hard in their communities of St. James. And so joining me this morning to hear what's on the calendar of activities they have for this month, Parish Month, is Christina Haynes, who is a floor member of the Parish Independence Committee. Christina, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm well, thanks. How are things going for the Parish Independence Committee?
Well, so far it's going great. We have launched our parish project, Trace, a legacy of excellence. So that's going great so far. The Junior Ambassador Program, we had a small launch, I should say, of the Heritage Trail, but the big launch comes at the end of the month in September, the 28th. So far it's going great.
Everything's going well, and your ambassadors are settled, and they're comfortable, and they're ready.
Yes, they are. They are.
Because I want the people of St. James to really come out in support of your ambassadors, you know.
Yes.
And to really cheer them on. St. James as well, I think. And so you are placed in a community where there's so much that you can do.
Yes.
Because St. James is so beautiful and rich in so much.
Yes,
and so that much is what you're celebrating in this month of September. Let's talk about some of the activities that you have planned.
So we're going to start first with our church service. You know, you start everything with God. So that's going to be at the Orange Hill Church of God. We start at 9 a.m. and then we move on.
When is that?
On the September the 14th, which is Sunday coming. Yes.
That's this Sunday,
coming, yes.
Orange Hill Church of God.
Yes.
At what time? 9 o'clock?
9 a.m.
All right, so we want to have everybody come and worship with you.
Yes, we do.
But your ambassadors will be there for sure.
Of course, they will be.
All right, so the service, folks, is at the
Orange Hill Church of God.
Church of God, 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And you want people to come out and really be a part, to meet the ambassador, to get to know them well.
Yeah.
And see the young people who are representing the parish.
Correct, and in a very positive light, because we know what's happening now. We just want to support those young people that decide to take the positive turn. And we have many more activities coming up, so we want everybody to participate, even on Fridays, every Friday. So tomorrow, along with every Friday for September, we're asking people to wear their parish color. So we're asking visitors, residents, even workers in St. James to wear electric blue on that day, so we can just put a sea of blue across St. James all Friday, every Friday for the month of September.
That is sweet. And this is electric blue?
Yes, please.
This color is this shade is electric blue?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's the color of the flag.
Right. Electric blue is what you want us to wear.
Yes.
If I wear blue, it's still all right.
It's still all right.
It's still all right.
Yes, and we ask you to take photos, tag us on Instagram at St. James PAC or on Facebook, the St. James Parish Independence Committee.
The St. James Parish Independence Committee on Facebook.
Yes.
On Insta is at St. James PIC.
Correct.
And post your pictures there. Show off, man.
Yes.
Wearing your blue to show support
Yes.
of the Parish of St. James. And you do this every single Friday in this month.
Yes.
And so we have a couple more Fridays left.
Yes.
And we want you to really be conscious in deciding your wardrobe on a Friday. A blue shirt, a blue top, blue shoes,
blue tie, anything,
blue
blue
anything?
socks, yes.
Oh,
As long as you're representing the Parish of St. James, you can wear anything blue.
Yeah, you might be working in St. James, might have grown up in St. James, living in St. James, went to school in St. James, love St. James, got a girlfriend from St. James, you know. Wear your blue, take a picture, of course, and just tag at St. James PIC on Insta, or just the St. James Parish Independence Committee on Facebook. And post your images. Let's flood the online with it. Let's see the whole areas of Barbados as well wearing your blue. And to wear your blue, you don't have to be in St. James to wear your blue.
No,
wear
you
your
don't have
blue
to
and
wear.
go
You
where you
can
have
wear
to
your
go.
blue to represent, because some people have moved out to St. James, but their heart came from St. James. So you can wear your blue wherever you are, but tag us and let us see you wearing your blue.
All right, so every Friday. So we have the church services coming Sunday. We have this coming Friday. We have to wear blue.
Yes.
Indeed, and every Friday thereafter.
Yeah.
What else?
And on the 21st, we partnered with the Barbados International Coastal Cleanup. We're having a beach cleanup at 6:30 a.m. We're cleaning up Western Beach. So we're asking all those who want to assist to come out, because many hands make light work. So we encourage people to come out and assist us with that. Further, then we go.
No, so fast. That's next week Sunday.
Yes.
Next week Sunday, we're going to Weston.
Yes.
Come with your gloves, come with your boots, come prepared to help clean up the beach.
Yes.
At Weston.
Even if you don't have, we would provide the equipment. Yes. We will give you gloves, we will give you garbage bags. Just come on out and we would be there.
Right. And this is the area there by the fish market area
Yes.
there?
Yes.
It's just that stretch, or as long as you can go?
From Western Beach goes from just above the fish market straight down to John Moore's Bar.
Okay, so that stretch.
Yeah.
We can do this. We can do this. Let's clean the beach. Let's care for our creation. Let's care for our environment. Let's care for the beach spaces as well. And that is on the
21st.
The 21st. That's a Sunday. Not this Sunday coming, the following Sunday, the 21st.
Yeah.
What time do you want me to be there for?
6:30 a.m. is the start time, but you can get
in the morning. All right, 6:30 in the morning. Get there early and finish early. That's the whole point. All right. What else?
And then we go on to our cricket match. So we are having a cricket match against CICS, which is the Celebration Secretariat. And then we have also a tennis exhibition, the same day, road tennis exhibition. And that starts at 5 p.m. at New Standard, Orange Hill Playing Field. So
okay. And the Orange Hill Playing Field, and that is on what date?
The 27th of September.
The 27th. Oh, Lord, there's so much happening on the 27th of September.
Yes.
So on the 27th of September, you're playing against the CICS, the Community Independence Celebration Secretariat.
Correct.
The St. James Parish Independence Secretariat will beat them. Sorry, Jessica. And that game is at
Orange Hill
Playing Field.
Yes.
But you're also having tennis.
A road tennis exhibition.
And that is also at Orange Hill Playing Field?
Yes, please.
You have the court there?
Yes. At both sides we have the playing field and the court.
And the court. Okay. And we want everyone to gather there, and that starts at
5 p.m.
5 p.m. The cricket match and the road tennis at 5 p.m.
Yes, please.
Okay, got it.
Yes. And last but not least, we're going to have our Heritage Trail and Gully Tour. So we're going to start from 1 Sandy Lane and end at Forston Park. So that is going to be on the 28th of September, 6 a.m. We start from 1 Sandy Lane to Forston Park. But during this walk, you would get to see our rostrums. So basically, our part of our parish project is to redesign our rostrums that we had last parish project in 2016, and it basically gives you the location and information and history on that location. So that's a great time to come out and see the history of St. James from 1 Sandy Lane to Forston Park.
You said something about gullies though?
Yeah, we are going to do a gully in between before we get to Forston. So
which gully is this? Where's the gully?
It's between Lime Grove.
Oh, that gully?
Yes.
You're walking through that gully?
Yes.
Wow. That's fascinating.
It is.
That is really, really fantastic. Do I need to register to be a part of this or just show up?
You can just show up. I don't think we have a registration process as yet, but you can just meet us at 1 Sandy Lane or even meet us on the way.
Yeah.
So once you see us walking down from 1 Sandy Lane, you can just park and join us.
So, okay, so all of this information we can get on your socials at St. James PIC on Instagram or the St. James Parish Independence Committee on Facebook.
Yes,
we'll see all of this.
Correct.
And we'll remind ourselves of every single thing as it happens.
Yes.
This is fantastic. Who are your ambassadors, by the way?
We have Kareem Bess and Hannah. Hannah is also from St. James. She is newly the female parish ambassador, but we had the male before her.
So Kareem and Hannah are your ambassadors.
Yeah.
So folks get to know them by name, get to know them by face, by what they look like, get to know them by their nature, because they're representing you in the upcoming Spirit of the Nation show, representing the parish that they love and probably grew up in and they're certainly now a member of. So St. James Parish Independence Committee is engaging in a lot. You need to follow it by going to their socials at St. James PIC on Instagram or on Facebook, the St. James Parish Independence Committee. Follow the calendar of activities. This is their month, September. And this is also the September of the month of regathering. All of that's happening in one space. Indeed, St. James has really come alive. And literally every Friday, starting tomorrow, wear your blue. Wear your shades of blue. Wear your blue hair, your blue spectacles, your blue tie, your blue shirt, your blue blouse, your blue shoes, your blue belt. Wear blue. Take a picture of it. Use your eyeshadow as blue. Indeed, I don't know. Do your thing. Put some color in your hair blue. And take a picture of it in support of the Parish Independence Committee of St. James and tag at St. James PIC or the St. James Parish Independence Committee on Facebook. Let's blast the socials with your shades of blue tomorrow. And that's important. And every Friday of the month of September. We want to thank you so much for doing that. So, Christina, I thank you too.
Thank you.
And I wish you and the Parish Independence Committee the much success indeed that you deserve. You work hard every year, and I'm looking forward to what November brings for Hannah and Kareem,
yes.
Your parish ambassadors.
Yes, please.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. We're coming back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 29 minutes now after 7 o'clock. The 28th edition, 28th, time has really gone by, of the Frank Collymore Literary Endowment Competition has a deadline that's fast approaching. And there is a call for your works. And so that's what we want to focus on right now as we're joined by one of the committee members of the Frank Collymore Literary Endowment Committee. And there are two in front of me now. I'm glad to have with me DeCarla Applewaite and Nyla Edmoja. Good morning to you, ladies.
Good morning. Good morning, Pearson.
You know, good morning. Good to have both of you. Starting with you, Nyla, because you've been in this for a little while now. I know you have been. And so it's the 28th edition. The whole endowment competition has grown up now. It's so much so that it's recognizable, it's recognized, and it's impactful. Let's talk about the movement over the years, over those 28 years, and the changes you've seen.
I'm laughing like this because I have to admit that I was there for the very first one. I entered the first competition, 28 years ago now. I'm not going to do the math. But I can really only speak about the FCLE competition from the perspective of a competitor.
Mm-hmm.
And what I can say is that over the years, having won having won other prizes, I've always come third in this competition in the past times when I've won. What I can say is that the committee has always been, or the various committees, because it hasn't always been the same people, but they've always been committed development of the writer, I've felt. But this time, I have to say that the FCLE has certainly stepped up its game most significantly. I now dub this the prize that keeps on giving, because I've had so many wonderful opportunities having won. And it's not just, there were other opportunities when I came third, but this time, and I know that this is because of, I think, a fresh initiative from this present committee, that there have been so many lovely opportunities, including my being invited to participate in the Bocas Lit Fest in Trinidad earlier this year. So I find it thrilling. The advancements that I have seen as a competitor, I find them thrilling.
That's fantastic. I'm sure for you, and by the way, Carla, I love your necklace. It's just stunning, you know. But as a committee, a member of the committee, and putting this all together and seeing the responses, seeing the entries come in, and then hearing the stories that Nyla just shared about what it means to be a part and the benefits that flow therefrom. Talk to me a little bit about the sense of satisfaction, one, and secondly, what else it challenges you to be able to do so that we can bring out the Nylas and others as well.
One thing about the Frank Comer Literary Endowment is we provide the platform for writers to showcase and for writing excellence. It is one that we hope to promote people to the point that they consider publishing their works to be added to the libretto of the Barbadian works and of course the Caribbean by extension. But each year we have entries of poetry, drama, fiction, non-fiction, spoken word. Now was our latest addition to the works, to the offerings of the Frank Coleman Literary Endowment. We also get graphic novels, we get fantasy. So imagine me as a committee member who loves to read, who supports the arts, and for me in particular, you know, literary arts, to be able to read all of these entries and imaginations of persons and the entire stringing of words and the stories that comes out from it. We're going into Barbadian Fall, so imagine that. And you're just littered with manuscripts of creativity. And that is the beauty, I think, of the Frank Coleman Literary Endowment. It brings writers together. It gives writers the opportunity for the concept of juried works. The thing is, what makes our competition different and I think quite exciting, we look for unpublished works. We're looking for manuscripts, collection of poetry, collection of short stories. And I think in between them, I'm just saying like the kind of works also that are included in terms of the entries. If people wonder what can they enter and who enters. I mean, this morning we have with us Naila as our winner from last competition. But just to name a few so that you know, okay, I know these writers, I know these books, and I know what to look for perhaps on the shelves. We have Linda Dean, who's been the winner. We've had Karen Lord, Winston Farrell, Kamal Brathwaite, Carolyn Blackman, Carrie Belgrave, Alison Cadogan. Good, strong Barbadian names, right?
Yes, indeed.
And they have been in the competition. And just like Nyla, some of them have been in the competition and have been awarded at various levels. But in the same token, these are our winners. These are people that we know and we see and we pass them across the street. And I think that is very important for, well, once upon a time, it was the most quiet art form. Throughout our 27-year history, we have evolved to the point now, the last 2 years, we've introduced the spoken word component. And we've had Stoned with Cupid, who has won that competition. And he's absolutely fantastic. But we do know he's bringing lifting the page from the stage, and sometimes you know it does not correlate, but it is a fantastic reworking of the word. Along with that, we also have implemented the developmental prize. We used to have like a sense of honorable mentions, but there are things that there have been work that have almost made it. And I think Nyla knows what I'm talking about. And that we also then lend a hand for that new review, unlock, and edit and help along with that. And so for me being on as part of the team for the last, I will not date that, Nyla, but knowing that we've grown, that we can influence the literary framework, the literary landscape, has been absolutely a fantastic journey for the Frank Coleman Literary Endowment. And of course, we encourage persons. You have something home that you've been working on for some time. You need to dust it off and let it become a consideration, and perhaps get those comments that may help you make it a stronger piece.
Let's talk deadlines, because the deadline is fast approaching and I don't want anyone to miss the deadline. One, I also want to hear about what's the process for entry so that they're sure that the committee does receive its work.
Of course, we were quite pleased about that. We have a digital entry, so you can visit fch.org.bb. Our deadline is September 30th. You have about 19 days, and this includes your weekends, to get that work together and submit it through our portal on our website. If you can't remember fch.org.bb, you can just Google the Frank Coleman Literary Endowment. You can Google the Central Bank of Barbados to find us, so that you can upload your entry. I think that's it.
Right, and we've posted it on the screen so you can see what we're talking about.
And there's a QR code, so capture it quickly.
Scan it fast and get involved. And then the rules of the competition are all here, some tips that you can follow as well. But you have until the 30th. One of the things you said, Dakala, just now is that you wanted to see like a manuscript. That's the word you used. So that you get a collection and not just a single poem, for instance, alone.
That is correct. I think the best way to put it is you're almost ready to be published. Now, the thing is, it must not be a published work, but it can be in preparation for publishing. So it will be a collection. It will be a body of work. So we expect 20 to 30 poems perhaps could make it. And I don't want to put a number, but I'm saying just to give a sense of a birth of work. In comparison perhaps to novels, and also then the idea of the collection of short stories, because I find that Barbados and the Caribbean, we love a short story, but a collection of them. That you
if I could add something.
Yes, please, Nyla.
Yeah, if I could add some tips when it comes to those collections, because I know in the past that in the reports we would hear people submitting 1, 2, 3 poems, and my I've not won in the poetry section, but I know enough to say this, that my advice would be to have your poems, your collection of poems, tell a story. Have there be some arc, maybe recurring characters, even if they're not recurring characters in the stories and poems and the short stories and the poems. Have your collection follow an arc, right? So that we see a clear beginning, middle, and end. And I'm speaking as a judge in other categories as well. This is what we look for. But and the other thing I would say to my future winners, the people who are competing now, because people keep saying to me, are you going to enter again? And I say, no, I've done it. I've won it now, so I'm happy. I don't want to go in again necessarily, although there are people who've won it more than once. But what I would say is make sure you edit your work. The manuscripts that I had that came third in the past, honestly, I wrote those in 6 weeks, because I have a program that I do to write a novel in 6 weeks. I wrote them in 6 weeks and I edited them, basically before the competition. The piece that won Jamaica's exam, the manuscript that won, I started that prior to 2018. Now, the latest timestamp I have is 2018 because I changed computers at that time. But I'm pretty sure I was working on that from 2013 even. And I edited it over the years. I would put it down. I wasn't working on it continuously, but I would put it down and go back to it with fresh eyes. And even of it, I was able to look at it and say, oh, wow, this is lovely writing, beautiful writing, but this story is so boring. And therefore I had to go in and make some, edits to it. And I said I would say two things. The last thing I would say is don't wait till the last minute. Do not wait. Do not do like me and wait till the last minute. In previous years, I've waited to the last minute and literally finished whatever, uploading and doing whatever at a minute past midnight. And let me tell you, you get back that message, competition closed. Do not, my friends, wait till the last minute.
Wow, no, that's good advice. Don't, because that's how we are generally. We lag. Don't wait until the very last minute.
I'll be honest, and I think people will be surprised to hear this because I'm an experienced writer.
Yes.
But it was actually lack of self-confidence. I was like, oh, this is no good. You have a little thing on your shoulder, a little voice on your shoulder. Say, no, this is no good. Little devil, actually. This is no good. They're not going to like it. This is never going to win. This is crap. You don't even want your name associated with this work, Right. And I listened to that until maybe about 11 o'clock that night. And then it took me a while to just prepare everything and get it, take your name off of everything. That's another thing. Make sure your name's not on it because, you will be disqualified. You won't get through. So, yeah, those are my tips. But just go for it. This is the prize that keeps on giving.
Yeah. When you say you make sure your name is not on it, what does that mean?
So there's an entry form and obviously, the electronic form. So your name would be there and the name of your manuscript would be there. So on the actual manuscript that you upload and that you post, make sure your name is nowhere on it. And in my case, in the past, I have submitted things that I would call it a series. So I would think that, people might, if I reveal everything about who will be able to identify me as the author. And so I actually redact everything. My advice is not to include it at all, but either that or black it out, redact it wherever you have any hint of who you are. If you have a biography on there and it happens to mention things, in your book, you may have a biography or there might be a prologue because it might be creative nonfiction. It might be a biography or autobiography that you are submitting, and you don't want your name or any identifying information. Because once the judges, it's an anonymous competition. So once they know who you are, then you're automatically disqualified.
You're nodding, Carla, because that's a critical point. That's a very critical point.
It really is. So thank you for that. Thank you for that, Naila. I think if you hear it, it's from the horse's mouth, in essence.
Yes.
In the entire process. Just your entry form, nothing throughout the manuscript because you will be disqualified. I think the point I will also add to that is that the competition is open to Barbadians and permanent residents of Barbados. And that is a critical criteria also. So we ask people to bear that in mind. And people want to know what they win. There are cash prizes from first, second, and third prize. We also have the Prime Minister's Award supported by the Division of Culture. And we also have the John Wickham Prize. And that is for a writer under the age of 25. First prize winners can win up to $10,000. And on any given year, it may not be a manuscript that actually becomes first prize, but we are committed to supporting writers and supporting the winners in one way or another. And I'm just speaking about the history and what to expect in the competition. And we are an annual competition. We close on September 30th, and you can look out for the awards ceremony on the Saturday closest to Frank Culmer's birthday, which is January 13th. And we annually have the award ceremony, which is open to the public and, of course, to the winners. It's an absolutely fantastic experience for January 2026.
He's a Capricorn, so naturally he's great Spoken as a Capricorn myself. You know what? So here it is. The competition, your deadline, folks, is the 30th of this month, the end of this month. Do not put your name on your manuscript. Put it in your entry form. But do not put it on your manuscript. Do not bias the judges in any possible way. The judges are going to disqualify you if you begin to identify yourself on your manuscript automatically, because you're supposed to remain anonymous. But you go online and you upload your manuscript. You have until the midnight of that night, because after that, that message will come at 11:59.
You have until 11:59. You have until 11:59. Okay, when it hits midnight, that thing is
too
done.
late.
That's it.
And the message will come back.
Yes, you'll get a message saying competition.
Yes, it will.
And so there are wonderful prizes to be won. But how does DeCarla, talk to me a little bit about the spoken word? How is that being treated? Are they to provide a manuscript as well, a body of work?
No, they will submit digitally their spoken word.
A performance?
Well, not a performance, because we're only listening to the audio of it. So the audio will be uploaded.
Okay, so just the audio of a performance.
So you can upload the audio and you know, don't start with your name.
My name is
same thing. No.
This is Jason.
The name of this piece
don't
is.
reference yourself.
The name of this piece is, or just the title, and just read.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I just wanted to be clear so that they do have a fair chance as well. And I'm so glad that you've included spoken word, because I've been talking about this for a little while. We read the book, but young people today tend to want to just write the book and speak the book. And so the opportunity given to this by the Frank Collymore Literary Endowment Competition affords spoken word artists the equal opportunity, not equal in terms totally, because your prize is a little different, but nonetheless you have an opportunity to be spotlighted in the way that other authors are spotlighted. And this is brilliant. This is fantastic. You know, I give my full endorsement to it. And I'm glad that you also talked about the opportunity for people younger than 25 to also submit their works. Carrie Fester taught us a lot when we saw the young author from St. Kitts, 9 years old, who is creating a body of work. And so there are other young people in Barbados who are doing equally. And we want you to see this as an opportunity for advancement. Even if you don't win, Nyla didn't win right away. She got lots of thirds, but she improved time on time on time. And so I suppose you get critique. You get a chance to rub shoulders eventually with the judges.
Yes.
And that's important.
Not just the judges, though. That's the thing about it. It was, as I keep saying, the gift that keeps on giving. So we had a workshop with one of the judges. I think it was one of the judges. We had an opportunity to meet a literary agent, Elise Dillsworth, from the Dillsworth Agency in the UK, and she had read our work and was able to give us really fantastic feedback in terms of how we can take those stories further and make them international, bring them up to standard. And we had a panel discussion with Ms. Dillsworth again, and I can't remember the names, but an editor and a writer. I'm so excited, I can't remember the names now. But no, it was fantastic. And that's why I started dubbing this the prize that keeps on giving, because after that, then it was, various appearances, including, as I said before, the Bocas Lit Fest in Trinidad in May. And that is, I would have to say, after Calabash, that is the Lit Festival of the Caribbean. There are others, but this was a fantastic opportunity. I'll tell you how fantastic this is. This thing is so fantastic that I have not had or felt the need yet to unbox my award again. My award is sitting here. It's in a lovely bag. It's in a box that it came in, the protective box. And everyone's saying, why don't you put it on your shelf? Why don't you put it on your shelf? And it's because I'm still I guess, enthralled by the thrill. Every time someone says, Naila, winner of the Frank Collymore Literary Endowment, I just can't help but smile. And that's reward enough. I don't actually need to look at it. I think when this thrill wears off, maybe next year, maybe when the next winner is announced in January, then I'll take out my award, and I have plans for how I'm going to photograph it because it's an absolutely exquisite piece. If I had it unwrapped now, I would actually show you. It's a glass statuette, and it is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to take a picture of it with the morning sun, Morning Barbados. You see the sun there shining through it. You know, I have all these plans, but I'm just so thrilled to have been named that I don't feel the need to actually look at the award yet. Looking at the box actually is good enough.
I love it indeed. And so
I encourage anybody to do this. Yeah.
Well said. Well said. It's a prestigious award. It is so prestigious you have no idea. So really this is an opportunity of a lifetime, and it's an opportunity of many lifetimes because you can enter often. And so again, DeCarla, briefly just tell us where to go to send our entries and remind us of the deadlines and the prizes.
I'll start with the deadline, September 30th, because it's very nearby. You can go to our website, Frank Collymore Literary Endowment, which is part of the fch.org.bb website that is of the Central Bank of Barbados. We have to thank the governor and the staff, and of course Stephen Brathwaite, our representative, working with our chair to put all these things in place. The digital entry, you don't have to race to get to the central bank by 4:30 anymore. We are open for digital entries, spoken word, as well as your manuscripts to be uploaded via the website. So just head to the Central Bank of Barbados, choose the Frank Collymore Hall, and then you will find all the information about the Frank Collymore Literary Endowment Award. So
well done.
You can Google us, you will find us. Just click right through. But if you remember, if it's .org.bb, and you'll find all of the information about the award, see the past award winners, what the endowment is all about, and the kinds of works that we also will include to be considered. And as Nyla said, start removing your name from every page of your manuscript because I want to read it. You think it's good enough? I'm willing to read it. My committee is willing to read it. So please, we look forward to your entries this year.
It's so September 30th is your deadline. Thank you so very much, DeCarla. Thank you, Nyla, as well. And again, spoken word artists, jump in here, get your work in there as well. Your audios can be uploaded so that the committee gets a sense of what you're creating. And this is what it's about. Endowing in creatives, indeed, so that they can themselves glow and blossom for the rest of the world to engage and enjoy. Thank you so much, ladies. I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
See you
You're
in
welcome.
January.
Indeed so.
Yes.
Morning Barbados takes a break here. We're back in just a moment.
So blessed about you beautiful people. My name is Akeem Chandler Prescott, two-time winner of the Frank Collymore Literary Endowment Spoken Word Competition, sponsored by the Central Bank of Barbados, and I'm encouraging all writers of poetry, prose, drama, and of course spoken word to enter this year's competition, the Frank Collymore Literary Endowment Competition. Now, we're encouraging all of you to enter your unpublished manuscripts and your audio recordings. If you enter in the Literary Arts Competition, you can win up to $10,000, and if you enter in the spoken word competition, you could win up to $5,000. But this is not just about the money. We want you to come here, showcase your unique artistic identity, showcase your Barbadian storytelling, show Barbados why you think that you are a top writer, and it's also your opportunity to share this stage with some of the best writers here in the Caribbean. But you only got to September 30th, because that's the deadline. Entry closes on September 30th, and if you want more information, you can visit fch.org.bb, and we want you to get those manuscripts in, get those audios in, and we want to see you at this year's Frank Collymore Literary Endowment Competition.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul.
They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
So we have 2 minutes now to go before we end the show today. 2 minutes until 8 o'clock. Let's see if we got some more pictures coming through. Remember, we have until tomorrow to get those pictures in. Tomorrow's the last day we're showing pictures. So send your pictures of your children as they headed back to school in their uniforms to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Of course, include the name of the school and the name of the child so that we can show people who those children are. Malik is heading to Christ Church Foundation. Malik, good morning to you. Enjoy your today at Christ Church Foundation School. It's a good school. And so, Malik, be your best self today as you go to school at Christ Church Foundation. Tikara Maskell is this little one's name. She heads to Welch's Primary School. Tikara, good morning. Have a beautiful today as you go to school. Meet your new friends. Sit at your desk. Have your pencil in your hand with your paper and enjoy today, but get to love your teacher. Your teacher loves you back. So Tikara Maskell, good morning. Azaria Sithill is going to Gordon Walters Primary School. Azaria, you wrote sport. Azaria, good morning. Have a lovely today as you go to school. Azaria at Gordon Walters Primary School. Enjoy your day to the fullest, indeed. And so don't forget, send us more pictures because we can't wait to share more. Email address again is morninbarbados@cbc.bb with a picture of the child and the name of the child and the school the child is attending. So I thank you for doing so. But most of all, I thank you for spending time with us. My little crew joins me in saying to all of you, have a great today. By the will of the Lord, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. wake up. Morning to